Alright, we are back. Game 2 of Prime Icarus taking on Solaire Club. Prime Icarus taking the first game in about 17 minutes thanks to a pretty all-in push strat that worked out very, very well. And Game 2, off to a fun start already, as we see Swiftbladed Kraken banned out by SolC Red, Kazulfant and Ophelia getting taken out by the Hellborn side. That leaves Parasite open. And as you can see from the all chat, Shortcan's a fan of Parasite. It is his favorite hero. I would say it is pretty easily his best hero. He's generally a solid jungle player. He has experience, knows his way around the woods, as well as the Tempest, the Ophelia. He's in place of Lego. I don't know if he's played Keeper. I think so, but I don't remember. Parasite's still obviously his favorite. A lot of the favorite of a lot of jungle players, I think, at this point. And he will get his hands on it. And that's going to lead into a Magmus and Silhouette pick. So PI already off to a pretty fantastic start. Ceratops, very good Silhouette player. Magmus, obviously one of the strongest heroes in the game, as Hellborn first picked Rhapsody into Gauntlet and Tempest. Now, I'm okay with the third pick Tempest because the first pick Parasite means you can wait for that Tempest pick. You don't have to make it early on, unless you don't want to show your other picks. But first pick Rhapsody over Magmus seems very, very iffy to me. If you're going to first pick a hero that isn't Magmus, even the Gauntlet would have been better because, as I said in Game 1, SolC Red plays a very good Gauntlet. So if you want to make sure that you get that, you don't give it to the other team, then that would have even been okay. But the days of first pick Rhapsody, I think, are well behind us. She is still a strong hero. She's still a solid support hero. And I'm generally okay with her being in pretty much any lineup. But I don't think she is necessarily far and away the best hero in the game, even the best support hero, and definitely not really first pick worthy material. People have figured out how to beat her, and for teams that don't know how to beat her, she's still a pretty serious issue, but in general it seems like her utility and success has fallen off significantly in the last couple of months. Either way, I mean, Hellborn still end up with a pretty solid draft. Those aren't bad first few picks by any means, but they are so far being significantly outdrafted by PI. Second stage of bans will be Oogie, Soul Stealer, and Dr. Repulsor for SolC Red, as they know their stuff. And they want to take out that Doctor for Noob. They want to take out the Oogie for Cannondorf because he plays that very well. I don't know if I've seen Cannon play Soul Stealer before, but I assume that he does also play that very well. And of course, Cannondorf is a very strong player, so I would imagine doesn't have too many issues. Pharaoh misclick ban. I don't know about that. They have a Tempest, so I'd assume that they intended to ban Pharaoh. They will ban the Pharaoh on top of the Pyromancer and Prisoner 945. Prisoner, bit of an interesting ban. I guess it would fit. Just put this Magma Suicide and that'd be fine, but still. Sir, can you say whose name for me? Your Skype calling. SolC Red.
Geomancer.
Yes, in case you don't know, Cannondorf and Shortcan regularly co-cast with me, and Cannondorf, I believe, did it like once, and has since just hung out in my Skype co-caster chat, which is basically the place where I look for co-casters for these games, and when they don't show up, I get to blast them because fuck them. But Cannondorf doesn't really cast all that much, but does apparently enjoy hanging out in that chat, so yeah, they know each other fairly well. Stop being a dual mate. So yeah, this is definitely genial all chat. We're not going anger at any point here, but anyway, the Hellborn side looking like they want to do some pushing of their own, as they have Balfagor now on top of the Tempest and Rhapsody. So this is actually looking like very much a Prime Icarus draft. You see, you pick 3 heroes that are good but don't force you to go push, and then if circumstances allow, you go for a push strat, and that is precisely why the Master of Arms got picked up on PI's side, obviously. For the anti-push, he drops the goo. It's very, very effective at taking minions out efficiently. And it's going to allow them to prevent Hellborn side from pushing nearly as quickly as they want to, and they're going to go in all... Anyway. I'm gonna give SolC Red the call there, because he probably couldn't have typed it that fast. So Cannondorf going to play Defiler, which is a hero that we've seen him play before, and he does do it very well. Not a huge surprise to see him pick it up here, and considering the strat that they've got, very, very teamfight oriented, very, very push oriented. Essentially, all they did here was swap the names, as we've got more gank oriented stuff on the Legion side. Geomancer, Magmus, Parasite, Silhouette, very single target heroes. They don't have a ton of anti-push either on the Legion side. They've got some, the Master of Arms being the biggest one, Earth Grasp from Geomancer will help as well. But they don't have a ridiculous amount, and they're going to have to compete with some pretty significant tower damage in the form of Alpha Core minions, and Tempest minions, and a Defiler ultimate, all boosted by that Rhapsody dance floor. So, if things go the way that they did last game, we could be looking at a game 3. On the other hand, maybe PI knows how to beat their own strats. So, if that's the case, then they could perhaps upset the apple cart a little bit here, and end up with a strong start. Now, Solaire Club Kongor, like, they're notorious for doing this. I don't know why PI is not checking Kong. Or maybe they know that they're going to go Kong and they're just not, like, they're purposefully not being there initially so that they can catch them out when they're trying to go Kong. Yeah, Solaire Club being a little bit more cautious about this. Yeah, PI definitely knows what's going on. Solaire Club has become notorious for trying to take level 1 Kongor. And Rhapsody is going to drop a Word of Sight off to the side, which is going to spot out the rotation from the Legion team. And yep, this is immediately going to be stopped. We'll see if Magmus goes for a stun. Doesn't look like he will. Every single game they try it when they're Hellborn. Every single game. New strat, yep. Not bad. Not bad, Kinnendorf. This is good. Don't even need a co-caster here because the all chat is doing it for me. So level 1 Kongor is going to be stopped. Now that's not, you know, essential. He's a hoe. He's a... No, apparently not. Who Dan is? Yeah. Called that. I don't know who Dan is either. Apparently it's SolC.
You're not going anywhere.
Perhaps he actually going to look to block this camp out, very possibly. We'll put some counter staccatos in out of the Master of Arms, who's trying to keep it available so that SolC can continue to farm it, because it looks like they're going to go the aggro tri-lane, but Rhapsody going to be in a lot of trouble right off the bat, as she's definitely going to pick the first blood, and SolC going to pick it up. It's going to be a bit of an issue. She puts a Rev Ward down, and that will block this far left hard camp, and that's going to prevent SolC from being able to effectively jungle in this aggressive woods. But he will just move on over to the right and find a Minotaur and be like, thank you, very nice. And there it is. And now he's going to start to screw with this Tempest. Having Bloodlust already means that he can do pretty much whatever he wants. And he's going to get forced out a little bit as he loses the Minotaur. And this is going to slow down Tempest's jungle considerably. Nice ward dropped here from Snally, actually. That's going to allow him to see stuff coming in. Infest from Parasite. He's waiting for this kill. He's not going to get it. Sad times, but they really are focused on stopping this Tempest from effectively jungling. He's going to pick up the Vagabond leader, and we'll continue to farm these Tempest Elementals. So Noob going to have a hell of a time trying to deal with this dual jungle roaming strat from the Legion team. Parasite with the aggro, and Master of Arms committed to not letting him do much. That's going to sort of leave this Magmus Suicide, and SolC not really their typical Suicide player, that is File. But Magmus, strong Suicide option, and with Snally rotating over every so often to try to make sure that he is getting what he needs, then he should actually be more or less okay. He's actually going to jump on top of the Defiler here and do a fair bit of damage. So Defiler in a little bit of trouble, has plenty of tangos, and will heal back up, but she's going to be out of regen by the time she uses all those and gets back to full health. Master of Arms continuing to harass out this Tempest as SolC unblocks the far left hard camp, steals the Catman champion, and continues to farm. So that does leave Geomancer in the middle lane, using the Earth Scraps to try to harass out the Gauntlet. And Justman currently at 275 GPM, File at 245, so Justman's still winning this lane, but a little bit down in terms of his overall health pool. And Geomancer trying to take advantage of that to pick his farm back up and force Gauntlet out of lane, not letting him have too many CS, but not working all that well. Geomancer's going to go for the kill on a... Nope. Thought he might. Anyway, he's going to hook back in, actually, and this could be a bad turn of events. He does not have enough mana for Dig. The Enfeeble is doing some work, but not enough. as both sides get delivered their bottles, and it looks like Jisman might have the advantage there as he has more health and mana here, and he will get hurt a little bit, but he's still going to end up on the superior side of that. Still even has a bottle sip left. And top lane, they're sort of looking to engage onto this Magmus, trying to get a stun onto somebody. He's going to find the Tempest. Yeah, there it goes. Shortcan's Invis on this Parasite. Going to drop the Leech there. They're going to go for the counter on a Master of Arms. Dance Floor from Rhapsody doing something, but Tempest is definitely going to fall here. The question is, will he get any counter kills? Magmus trying to run away, and he pops the power supply, mana battery, whatever. And it looks like that'll be it. So Tempest Elementals trying to force Shortcan out of the Vulture Lord, but that's not going to happen. He will continue to farm with M1 Noob with Noob, which is fine, but ends up being yet another kill for PI. Middle lane, actually, Gauntlet might be a little bit in trouble. Dig is available from Geomancer, but that's about it. He is out of bottle charges, and Gauntlet also out of sips. Top lane looking to get camped by Parasite. Geomancer going to head to the bottom where our Refreshment Rune is actually still active. That's from the 2-minute rune spawn, so Geomancer going to hit this just before it takes up to a new rune. Yeah, and it's going to be haste right in front of him, so that wasn't the most efficient thing because he could have sat there and refreshed a couple of times, but he's instead going to go looking for a kill onto this middle lane Gauntlet, and very well could find it. And the dig gets sidestepped. Gauntlet with a nice play. And now File going to be in some trouble. Nope, actually it's going to be Tempest going to be in some trouble as here comes the Earthgrafts onto him. And he will put the Glacial Blast, but it's going to be the dig that finishes him off. So Noob, apparently unaware of the haste rune that had just been used, because it feels like he probably should have gone out a little bit quicker. Dig from Geomancer's coming back up. They're going to need the body blocks to be able to line this up, but here he comes with the dig. Parasite maybe just will finish this kill off himself. Nope, there it goes, and File will get a double tap. Not technically a double tap because it took too long, but either way, not a bad engagement whatsoever. And we're looking at a 4-0 hero kill advantage for PI, so the start that Solaire Club had, more or less, actually top lane, we are going to see the kill on Rhapsody once again, as now he's doing some work on that Master of Arms Slaskid Rep. Of course, with that Lava Surge, also very important, but as Miss Pudding says, it is a massacre. We are up 5-0 on PI's side, and again, this is what Solaire Club did last game, and how you really punish push strategies is if they have weak laners and you can beat them in the laning phase, you can slow them down considerably. And when they don't hit their timings, push strats have a lot of issues. They are very, very reliant on killing towers early and getting that gold, because they're going to lose experience as a result of grouping up. And if they lose experience and don't get the gold advantage as a result, then they're obviously going to be pretty far behind in terms of overall resources. So if you can sell this push strat, then that'd be great. That's exactly what PI is looking for. And they're already doing a pretty fantastic job of it. And you see Noob in the woods at 150 GPM. We've got just been in the middle lane at 214 to 15 GPM. We have Army of Mums actually in that Suicide Balfour lane we haven't talked about at all at 144 gold per minute. And at the top lane, in Cannonbrook, the best farmer on the Hellborn side is at 260 gold per minute. So not really great farm on the Hellborn side. Actually, middle lane, Geomancer will be just fine as he eats the Gauntlet Blast and then says, "Happy trails, Gauntlet. I still have my ultimate." No, I don't, because I haven't taken it yet, which I'm actually okay with. The Crystal Field, not all that great. Shortcan will pick up a Refreshment Rune here, and he'll get the face hug off onto Gauntlet. Actually gives him an Enfeeble too, which would be funny. Neither side dying, but Gauntlet's going to be controlled with the runes. So we haven't talked about bottom lane at all. Let's do some of that a little bit. Ceratops at 315 GPM, Army of Mums at 150 gold per minute. We've also seen Army of Mums play Suicide Balfour. I'm also not a big fan of his play on this here. I've seen him make some pretty serious errors and just continuously feed in this lane. Not really doing that so much this time around, which is a little more sensible considering Silhouette is a strong hero and definitely has potential to kill Balfour, but by herself not the greatest at it. And she has had no presence whatsoever from her teammates, so instead choosing to just play safe, and I can definitely understand that on Ceratops' part. He's like, oh, look, I'm going to win the lane, I have a stronger laning presence, there's no reason for me to get greedy, try to get kills on you when you could possibly turn them around on me. And as a result, Ceratops at 300 GPM, and that's a little bit low to be honest, but not the worst thing in the world, and very good that he's keeping this Balfour down and preventing him from being able to do too much. Meanwhile, top lane, 2-man Lava Surge coming through from Magmus. They're going to look for something to counter on the Hellborn side, as they probably have their first kill on Sally, yeah. And And Slaskiterette off to the side looking for possibly a counter engagement. Won't find it though. Doesn't have enough mana for both his ultimate and a Lava Surge. But here comes the group up as Balfagor has hit level 6. So we see similar stuff. Middle lane actually just went going to fall. Let's go back and watch that. Why not? Earthscout's going down. There's that into the dig. Here comes Shortcan with the Minotaur. Actually misses the stomp. Doesn't matter. Face Hug Release combo is there. And a nice gank from Shortcan's Parasite. As we see once again, dude knows how to play Parasite. Very, very effective roamer, and he can keep his farm up very good, very well, very good. Master Rom's going to slow down the push a little bit here with his goo. Dance Floor from Robsy to counter that a little bit, and it'll be a pretty easy tier 1 tower kill. And they have no reason to stop on the Hellborn side. Defiler Ultimate still available. PI. Now, they are making something of this. There is no Crystal Field, but Rob's going to go off, actually, and they will be able to burst down Tempest right off the bat. Two-man dig in the background. Hell on North goes down, getting some damage, but it doesn't matter because Shortcan's here for cleanup duty. They kill both Candorf and Stan Marsh on the Defiler and Rhapsody. Looks like they'll chase down Army of Mums on the Balfagor as well. That's going to be 4 kills as they lose nobody. And really fantastic positioning from Magnus, actually. Behind the tier 1 tower, he waited. He knew they were going to keep pushing, so he's like, I'm going to hide here, and I'm going to get my eruption off. I don't need a portal key because I'm close enough. I can hide in the woods. And that's actually going to turn this into a tier 1 push top for PI, which is not really what we were expecting. And File needs to be a little bit careful about this. Yeah, he's going to get killed. I don't know why he did that. It was a very bad decision, and he definitely paid for it. Made no sense, but either way, they will get a tier 1 tower killed on the top lane now. So that's going to run away. Balfagor, not really any capacity to kill him, but he's still a little bit caught out in the trees here and might have to go on a bit of an adventure to get himself away. Going to start chopping trees down, and I think it's this one. I don't remember which one. Oh, you can't see my mouse anyway, so. I don't remember which one it is, but I think it's the one slightly to the bottom left of him. Yeah, that one. I was right. It's really easy to say that because there's no way to actually know which tree I meant, but I promise it was the one that he chopped down. Anyway, pause goes through, but I'm going to skip straight through that, of course. Anyway, PI taking a pretty significant lead, actually, early on. We're 10 minutes into the game. They're up 8k gold and 5.5k experience. Nice. Steam Bath there going to prevent the Glacial Blast from Tempest and a possible kill onto Magnus. Speaking of which, he's 200 gold away from his portal key. And that'll be great for the counter initiation as well onto these massive team fight pushes that the Solaire Club are presumably going to have to run. It's going to be pretty huge for PI. Look at the other items across the board. Shortcan is going for his typical Codex build. No huge surprise. Or sorry, not Codex. Puzzle Box. No huge surprise on the puzzle box. Codex would be a surprise.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
And he kills a tower, because that's balanced. That Hell Cannon thing is so balanced. It's fine. Anyway, we'll finish off the puzzle box. And top lane, meanwhile, Master of Arms Illusion can be chased down by Rhapsody. But File might look for something, as they probably know about the route that Rhapsody's going to take, but instead of trying to jump onto her, they do have the Crystal Field available, and I think they just, Geomancer could probably just kill her, to be honest. If he managed to get the dig and the Crystal Field, they will see Wrap there. Are they going to be able to get the dig off? Yeah, they will. Earth Wraps goes down, but they don't want the dig. I mean, look at that. Look how much damage that did. If he dug into a couple of auto attacks, that's a dead Rhapsody. So I don't know. Is that him that's making that awful skittering noise? God, that's creepy. This is a great skin. I will give SC credit for that. This is a pretty great skin. It keeps changing color. Chameleon Basilisk or whatever. Geomancer, not bad. Earthcraft's gonna go down here, dig through as well, and they will start to clean this up. Actually, the minions expire right as they were all about to die, so very poor timing for File. Shortcan gonna slow push this middle lane, because he can, because he's in a Hell Cannon. And it makes sense as this thing actually regens, so it's impossible to ever force him out of one. But meantime, they will in fact catch Rhapsody off the side here and get a kill on that, no problem. Magnus with his brand new portal key looking for perhaps a secondary initiation. Tempest is definitely in range, and he does have the PK and Lava Surge back up, but not going to choose to jump onto it. Instead, going to port back to the top lane, along with, who else? Nobody else. There's a second port, but it was supposed to be cancelled. And that'll be it. So the other thing that, again, haven't talked about this bottom lane at all, because Ceratops has not left. He is level 11, which is 2 levels higher than anybody else in this game. He's also got 440 gold per minute, which is the only second highest farm, but hey, Shorcan, his teammate, is higher, and I think you'll typically take that. Speaking of that, level 2 puzzle box at 13 minutes from Shorcan. That's good. And anyway, up to the bottom here. Oh no, Ceratops ports out to the other illusion before he dies. Dig coming through actually will hit. No, actually not on Defiler. Christophil will be able to finish off Tempest, and the Earth Scraps does kill Ganondorf on the Defiler. Meanwhile, 40 away from File. Nice play. Gets a pick, moves away, and actually Rhapsody could be in some trouble. Facehug goes down and just gets destroyed. And that's why you don't even need a Codex on Parasite, because those pair of puzzle box minions do so much damage. And I think PI might have more than a small chance of winning, pretty much no matter what they do. As they have a pretty substantial lead. It's 14k. Almost 14k gold at 14 minutes. When you have about 1,000 gold per minute lead, like that's when you're getting the really, really stomp territory. And they will take down this tier 1 tower. That'll be it. And move you in the top lane. I was wondering which was going to happen first, but I chose poorly apparently. And I guess the tower kill doesn't really matter all that much. Wave of Death will connect onto the Gauntlet or the Magnus, but no, Gauntlet not going to be able to hit the thing. And you will get the Gauntlet Blast. They will be able to finish off Slaskadreth on the Magnus. And that's going to put them down below the 14k gold advantage, because PI is terrible at this game. Clearly, if they can't even get 1,000 gold per minute advantage over Solaire Club and lose bracket finals. Come on, man. But now we are in the stage of what does Solaire Club do? They do need to group up and push. And remember what I said last game about teams getting these push lineups and then not pushing? That's more or less what Solaire Club is doing. They had one push attempt in the top lane that went very, very poorly, and their response to that was apparently, let's never ever push again. That's not what you're supposed to do, because this is a push lineup. So either you push or you lose, and right now they're taking the secondary option of that. Puzzle Box minion to pop here, Shortgame's just like, you're dead. Middle lane, meanwhile, actually Stand March also falls. We're going to see a 2-man dig in the middle of this, and a pit as well. Gauntlet going to try to get his teammates out of here, but it's not going to matter. Just maybe the first one to fall. Shortcan and the Puzzle Box minion trying to chase down Army of Mums. In the background, Ganondorf will be able to get away as the creeps are the only ones there, and Army of Mums is going to fall. Ceratops finally getting into some of these team fights, and picks up 2 hero kills and 1 assist. Not bad. And now we actually have a 16.5k gold lead at sub 16 minutes, so honestly this is looking like really bad times for Solaire Club, as they are more or less outdrafted, outmatched in a couple of different ways in this series. And if you're going to get outdrafted and outplayed, I don't think you're going to win too many series, and that's basically what's happened both of these games. I don't really even think that their draft in this game is that much worse than PI's, if it's worse at all. It might be. Anyway, Geoman's going to get 2 with the dig stun once again. We're going to see Rhapsody die right out the bat. She's still level 4. No even access to the ultimate. Eruption coming through, actually, and that's going to be an easy kill onto Tempest. Just been trying to get the counter Gauntlet Blast. Will get the kill on Slaskadreth, but he's going to pay for that with his life. In the middle of this, Army of Bums trying to do something, and actually Defiler Ultimate going to help finish off a couple of heroes as both Silhouette and Master of Arms die. And that will be the cue for the Legion side to back off, so looks like they finally do get an engagement that's somewhat decent, but here comes Slaskad actually with a buyback. And he's doing this again. Last game we saw an early buyback from him as well. They will focus on this Balfagor, who's very, very tanky. So that was a bit of an iffy play, as File actually might die here. Ganondorf not going to get the Wave of Death. Nice portal key away in the background. Shortcan going to finish off in Rhapsody, and going for a kill on this Defiler as well. Nice infest. That's going to be, if they kill this, yeah, Shortcan gets pulled out, but they nearly kill the Tempest as a result. Shortcan definitely going to fall here. The question is, will we get any counter jumps? Geomancer coming back into this fight. Not a great idea. He doesn't have any health or mana. I don't know what his plan is. Will they be able to kill Balfagor? Yes, they will. Jump away from File as he's trying to live, and it looks like he will barely survive. Slaskad would also get the portal key off, and he's going to be able to get out of there no problem. So, in the end, that reinitiate, not the greatest. They get a Tempest ultimate out of it, and they got a couple of kills, but I think losing shorthand streak, not the greatest. And some fight back from the Hellborn team, so this is going to keep them in it, at least for a little bit longer. I don't know if it's going to be enough. And, oh no, Cannondorf, are you really going for an Icon? You don't have a staff effect, do you? No. So, I don't know, man. Like, you have 8 kills in 18 minutes, and that might be okay if you were playing a relatively passive early game, but PI have 23. I don't know what you think an Icon is going to do for you. It's not going to make you tanky enough to survive these fights. Boy, Rhapsody's dead.
Give up already.
Portal key. And it's going to be Puzzle Box 3, I assume. Yep. So there's a Puzzle Box 3 and a PK at 18 minutes in. 530 GPM on Shortcan. So today on the podcast, I said you have to ban out Parasite against PI because Shortcan's so good at this hero. This is what I meant. Ceratoss in the top lane actually gets silenced out by the Defiler and will be counter-killed. So manages to take out the Battlefield War, but definitely not a great trade for PI. And that's more of what the Legion or the Hellborn side need to do. The Legion side don't need any more of that. Yeah, actually, Twitch chat making a good point. A lot of difficult to kill heroes as Defiler's gonna get locked down and killed, as we have a number of heroes destroying him. And the background Master Rams is actually in some trouble, but Shortcan's just like, alright, you want to go on him? We're gonna kill the rest of you. Crystalfield not doing anything as they've killed the Tempest. Rhapsody's gonna try to port away, but that's not gonna happen. Way too much time needed. Master Rams gonna put the dust out as Gauntlet is in some trouble here. He is totally going to die, and a quad kill for Shortcan.
Give up already.
So he's 17, 1 and 5.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Yep. Yep. And I don't know, honestly, why Solaire Club's... I guess I do know why Solaire Club's sticking in this game. It's win or go home. I mean, that's really where they are right now. Either they win this game or they're out of Cycle 5, and when you've come this far, you probably don't want to just give up in CC, especially after a 17-minute loss in Game 1, taking a 20-minute loss in Game 2, or even it could have been a sub-20-minute loss in Game 2. Not the greatest, so... You know, I get why they don't know. Oh, Shortcan, top lane killing Noob again. And it took him less than like a second. There's a face hug, leech, parasite, puzzle box, and you're dead.
Massacre!
Like, they can't do anything. They can't leave their base. I don't know, man. I don't know what you do. Like, you're so far behind. You're 25,000 gold behind at 21 minutes into the game. 21,000 experience behind at 20 minutes. Like, you look at the GPM chart. All right, let's do that. 292 gold per minute on Master Rums is the lowest farm of the Legion team, and that's just barely below Candor's 338. The rest of this team is just getting nothing, and the entire Legion side is massively farmed. 4th highest farm is 400 gold per minute. Like, experience per minute charts, same thing. 3 of the top here, the three top heroes in the game are Legion heroes. 4 of the top 5, and 5 of the top 8. Not that great. 5 of the top 8 isn't that impressive, but it's still pretty good. Master Rock's a little bit low on levels. Damn it, Zowie. Pick up the pace. Yes, I think SolC did lost. But anyway, top lane, they will kill Ceratoss. Tempest Ult locking him down. Now they don't have a Tempest Ult. So they get the kill, but is it enough? I don't know. Conqueror might be the choice for PI, as they have all this vision. They have the ward sight here, they got ward sight in the middle lane. They did have ward sight over here, they got countered, so good from Sandmarch finding that. Speaking speaking of him, 0-10-3, and this is the game where being a support player sucks. You get a Parasite that's continuously beating on you, and I mean, there's just like, it looks like 0-10-3. He is responsible for a lot of the fact that, a lot of the reason that Hellborn are in the position that they're in. Like, he did die a fair bit. He gave up the Bloodlusts, and he's, you know, he died a lot in the early game, but a lot of this is just because PI has snowballed massively, and when you're a support Rhapsody like this, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do about it. So, sucks to be him, but it's not the fact that he's 0-10 that's really driving this loss. It's the fact that everybody on the Hellborn side is dying a lot. I mean, Noob is 2-8. Jisman's 4-5. They do kill Stand March again.
Give up already.
They have Ward down, trying to do something, but this is where we're at right now. He cannot take 4 steps out of his base, because he'll die. There's portal keys all over the place. We have 4 of them on the Legion team. There's nothing you can do. They have no vision. They have Ward of Sight up here in the top lane. They have Ward of Sight over here, spotting the rune out. That's doing absolutely nothing for them because they can't leave their base, but at least they have it. And yeah, alright, Kongor is going to be the focus. They finally go out like, yeah, let's just do this.
Kongor has been slain.
And I'll put a token on Certus. The lane, are they going to jump anybody? No. Kendra a little bit pushed up, but apparently that was not their opportunity to initiate. I feel like they probably could have bursted him down pretty damn quickly. He does have Vestments and an Icon, so he does finish that. I noticed that a little while ago, but he's got something. That's their first major item on the Hellborn team. And I think it's kind of a bad one, to be honest. Like, there's nothing you can do. Anyway, they will jump on him for now. Mesa going to go through as well, and they're going to just absolutely destroy him. Crystal in the background is only going to connect onto 2, actually, now, as they did manage to finish off Tempest. Nosecraft's helping with that. So that's going to be a 1-0. They'll also jump onto this Battlefield Warrior. That's going to be 2 kills. And what do? Portal key. Noob dropped his portal key. Trying to pick it back up and get the portal key jump, but yeah, that's not gonna work. So they did not kill Canadorf. They didn't get any counter kills on the Hellborn side that would have given the gift for Goddess and maybe some charges. Well, no, Slavsky right missing the jump, gets silence. And he will pull actually Certus back in. He just parts out the illusion though, and now here we go with the counter onto the gauntlet. That's going to be a nice easy kill. Raps in the background will be stunned out and killed right off the bat. Certus getting a double tap. And
Massacre!
I mean, Legion, Hellborn side here is dying so fast.
The Legion have destroyed
So,
a Hellborn
here goes that
tower.
nice Tempest Hole, going to connect down to 4 heroes. Will they have enough backup to do this? They finally does get stunned out. That's going to lose the token, as well as Slasky Ret and File. And the fight back is real, so now he's also going to die. Looks like Shuriken and Certus, the only ones to survive this fight so far, and I don't think they will be picked off in the end. Portal key away from Certus is going to allow him to live, as Shuriken is running the hell away. So, hey, Noob McNoob with the Tempest Hole gets 4. And it isn't canceled for a while. That allows them to do a lot of damage. And technically, PI have not taken Rax yet, so it's the first semblance of fight back where we've seen so far. But Shuriken's just like, now your Rax are dead. Oh, we're gonna see a port back, and is that gonna work? Nope. Certus is here too.
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower and barracks.
So this is what we call Rat HoN, as Tempest nearly kills himself. And Portal Keys away, actually the Leech did hit him, but didn't do enough damage. And they do end up losing their Rax in the middle lane. There's the double Portal Key from Certus and Parasite. And I was going to jump on top of this Defiler, and not really doing enough damage. Certus needs to focus on him if they want to kill him. Lightning Speed on Certus it is, yeah, and that will give him enough damage to finish off Defiler, so that's 1. Shuriken going to get inside the Battlefield War minion and run away. Now Tempest going to be in a lot of trouble, and Silent not going to be enough. Now he actually wipes that with Geometer's being used, so Certus has a double tap. Now Rhapsody getting chased down and killed. Bloodbath streak for Shuriken, who's 21-1-1. That's pretty ridiculous.
A Hellborn barracks has been destroyed.
And now you know why they first picked Parasite on PI side. 620 GP on Parasite. Shortcan's had a lot of really, really good Parasite performances, like on par with this. This might be his best, but that's how good his Parasite has been. He's actually done stuff like this before. Anyway, they will jump onto the Magmas. Not doing enough damage, though. They will finally kill him. The Crystal Field hitting a couple. Andorf going to die in the middle of his ultimate. And that's going to be a 1-for-1 off the bat. So he did get a gift of the Goddess, but not really doing all that much. Shortcan getting Rhapsody once again. Still level 5, no ultimate. It's 27 minutes in, and Stanmarch has 61 experience per minute. They will get a Geomancer stun onto the Gauntlet in the background, as well as a Puzzle Box with your Mana Burn on Tempest. And we're going to see a second lane of Rax fall. I'm actually, honestly, I don't even think Hellborn's team composition is all that bad. They don't have the greatest draft in the world, but you can see where it works. They have really, really good initiation with Gauntlet and Tempest. They have strong counter initiation and fight back. They've got Balfagor and Rhapsody for that. Thunderclaw and Certus. Why not? Get one. Go Wingbow, get Thunderclaw. And they have a ridiculous amount of pushing presence. So if their strategy had worked, it would have worked very, very well. And we saw it work very, very well in Game 1 with a 17-minute victory for PI with a very similar looking lineup. It's just that PI, I think, is a significantly better team than Solaire Club. Not to the point where Solaire Club can't win games. Solaire Club beat Reason once in this cycle. So this iteration of SolC is good enough to take games off of good teams. And I don't think that PI is better than Reason. So the logic there being that if Solaire Club can take a game off of Reason, they should be able to take at least a game off of PI and win the series as Stanmarch dies again.
Give up already.
He's going for the reverse immortal, but he does not quite have it because he has a kill. What a loser. He's just...
so soon.
Stanmarch is just done. I can imagine, like, why... They're not CCing this because, yeah, it's the loser's bracket, and if you lose, you're done, but... From his perspective, especially, it's like, what do I do? I'm level 5 at 29 minutes. Ugh. But, honestly, the reason that Solaire Club lost this, a combination of PI outplaying them, Eruption to go off the background doing a lot of damage, and Stanmarch's going to die even when he's disconnected. Because why not? Balfour going to get jumped here as he's going to get locked down a fair bit, but pretty damn tanky, so we'll be able to retreat back to the well. Still going to take a top Rax. Tempest Ultimate actually onto everybody. Will they get enough damage? No, they won't. Tempest going to be countered. Crystal Field in the background will hit onto a couple. Defiler and Gauntlet going to fall as there goes Balfour as well. And CC Vote going to finally come through for the Solaire Club. And it looks like the Legion side and Prime Icarus will take a 2-0 series victory and advance to Diamond Division once again. So there it is. There's the CC. And just to finish up the thoughts on Solaire Club's draft and team, I think that they actually had a decent enough draft. The problem was what I said in Game 1. We see teams get pushing lineups and then not push. Solaire Club had one concerted push effort. They brought 4 heroes to the top lane. They took a tier 1 tower very, very quickly. They went for a tier 1 or for a tier 2, and then a really great initiation from Slaxer on the Magmas with an eruption from the woods. Basically took 4 heroes in favor of PI and destroyed the push for Solaire Club. Their response to that was to try to turtle and farm. That is exactly the wrong thing to do against the gank lineup that PI had. They needed to continue to team fight. They didn't use any major ultimates. I believe they still had the Tempest Hole. They had the Defiler ultimate. They had the Balfagor Hell on Neworth. I think. I don't actually remember. They might not have had that. But they could have continued to try to take team fights. And instead of doing that, they let themselves get picked off continuously in that game. The Legion side were able to do what their heroes do and just endlessly find people by themselves and kill them. And that's never what should have happened. So I don't really think it's an error in drafting. I think their drafting is okay. They made a mistake in letting Parasite go to Shortcan, definitely. But that is a lineup that would have won, I think, with a better team, with a slightly better team. And it's not even about the skill, because sure, okay, better teams win more games. But just with a better overall game strategy and understanding of how it works, because they just failed to do what that team lineup did. And if you're not going to do what your team is built for, you're not going to win a lot of games. So, I don't know. It sounds obvious and stuff, and maybe it is, and maybe there's a lot here I'm missing. It's very, very possible. I mean, my game knowledge is not as good as a lot of people's. but I feel like Solaire Club had an opportunity to win that game, and they didn't do it. They let themselves lose control of the game and let PI take the wheel as if they were Jesus. But either way, congrats to PI. They will be heading back to Diamond Division, as they spent Cycle 4 in Diamond before getting knocked down immediately, and 2 straight series losses that did not take very long. And Reason Gaming going to be the other team that will join them in Diamond Division, of course. So we have stuff set. We don't know who's going to win gold quite yet, as the winners bracket finals have not been covered by myself, but that will be up next on the docket, sort of. And again, congrats to PI. That will do it for this series.